The most important media outlet in the country right now.
Welcome to the Watering Hole. This is episode 93. We've got laughter.
Yeah. So there's been a lot going on
before.
before.
There's a bit of a delay in getting on the mic tonight.
My neck hurts from giggling.
Welcome back to the golf podcast, predominantly about live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've had a big weekend in live golf.
Yep.
We've got a massive episode.
Yes, we do.
Huge episode.
Got us three, then we got a guest.
We've got to guess. So it's going to be a two-part. Well, it'll be one episode, but in
Two-part question.
yeah, in two parts.
In two parts. Let's get straight into it. Let's thank Chris.
We'll thank the Premier, Peter Malinauskas, for his kind words.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter.
Our partners, Big Swing Golf Mile End.
Yes.
Hypotheque Mortgage Broking.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm really looking forward to this because I haven't had one of these for over a week.
Yeah.
Oh, ready for that crack.
Pirate Life Brewing.
So let's start the episode now, as we do with the Pirate Life Hot Crack. But before we do that,
Whoa.
the tip of the crack.
Oh, I don't actually have a tip of the crack
Oh,
today.
no.
Do you want me to go first?
You go.
All right. My Pirate Life Hot Crack, tip of the crack,
Tell me.
is to the Live Golf Duels event.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Super successful. We obviously seen, we'll talk a little bit more about it in a second, but some great numbers in the first 24 hours.
Yeah.
Overall, very successful. Hot crack.
Nice.
I don't
Pop.
have a tip of the crack, so I'm just going to pop it anyway. Thank you, Pirate Life.
There you go.
For
Little
these
crack.
delicious, delicious beverages.
All right. Well, let's, while you two gentlemen
it's
are sucking it down.
Better than Bintang.
Hey,
Yeah, fuck Bintang.
we've had a big weekend.
Yeah.
Should we just start with the Live Duels?
Yeah, we can start there.
Yeah?
Why not? I mean, it's fresh. We just, did a bit of a recap watching it
Yeah.
again.
I was a busy man, so
Yeah.
trying to squeeze it all into one weekend was difficult. I started watching the first half, and then, unfortunately, I didn't feel well. I had a bit of a bug.
No.
So I wasn't feeling the greatest. I had to park it for a minute and then come back to it. What do you guys think? What were your thoughts?
Whitey's got notes.
I don't know. Overall, it was a sensational product.
Yep.
Probably the best, creator pro golf product that we've seen,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Few things. When it first started, I wasn't a fan of it, just because I was really expecting it to be very YouTube golf, like a YouTube golf video, picture like a good major kind of thing. So I was hoping, and I think this would improve it actually. I was hoping the first group goes all the way through. You see all their shots. You see them finish the hole. Their scores go up. Then you get the second group, and you play them through. It would just be easier to navigate what's happening. Now, I understand what they were doing. Mm-hmm. They really wanted to splice in the live experience in there, I guess, for the YouTube viewer that hasn't watched live before.
Maybe a way to draw them into the actual...
I think it's better off... I mean, I feel like it's a good blend of both YouTube and live golf. It was kind of a bit of both, but I feel like it's just easier to follow kind of the storyline, who's playing well, which groups are good chemistry together, if they do it that way, where they were doing it more the live broadcast with a lot of compact, a lot of action going at once, which I think I think it's just to get that flavor of live, but I think that works for a live event, and it's necessary for a live event because you have the storyline of the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So who's playing well that's not on the screen at the moment.
Yeah.
And then you actually have the person hitting the shot on the screen as well. But besides, I mean, that's just being a bit nitpicky and stuff. And in a perfect world, what I would like to see. But overall, it was sensational. It was really, really well done. And yeah, I absolutely loved it.
What do you reckon?
I loved it. I think I get what you're saying, that it was kind of almost at times maybe felt like it was a bit confused as to whether it was a broadcast of tournament play or a YouTube video. Mm-hmm. What I probably think I would have liked to see more was maybe more Santino and Mason Nutt, or maybe more sort of play-by-play call as well.
Yeah.
That was what I sort of had in my mind when they announced that Robbie Berger and Joey Coldcuts and Mason and Santino were going to be commentating. I thought,
fuck, they were funny.
Oh, yeah.
They were funny, dude.
Yeah.
and I wanted more.
Yeah.
Cool to have the other players mic'd up, and you get so that's that YouTube feel.
Yeah.
But I think maybe to lean a little bit more into the broadcasting, to have them calling a little bit more. I like, in my mind, I thought they were going to be like, but it's hard, like to have a booth or something. It was better to have them in carts.
Yeah.
I think for me, I loved the fact that it was the live pylon,
Yep.
and they had those graphics.
Playing
Oh,
for the
definitely.
teams.
Yeah.
Playing the teams. I love the fact that Phil and Grant were wearing the matching high flyer polos.
They looked the sharpest.
very crisp.
For sure. Real nice.
I love that. Rick was wearing the Torquay hat with Neiman.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really cool.
Leading into it.
My only knock before I get to the positives, my negs, my negatives. I think that the YouTube, because I guess we've even heard Rick Shields talk about they're trying to fine tune with these videos, like the sweet spot as to what's too long, what's not long enough, all that sort of stuff. This was an hour and 40 minutes, I think it was, somewhere
9 holes.
around.
Yeah.
I would rather them just commit and just show every shot.
Yep.
For the whole 9 holes, commit and go, yep, it's going to be a 3-4 hour vid or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. I mean, that's a lot of editing, a lot of camera work. I'm assuming it would have been a shit ton of work.
Well, Grant even said it himself. I think it came out later than it was supposed to.
I think there's a reason for that, though. They were going up against the Final Four and they didn't want to
Oh, good
lose.
point.
Yeah.
Good point.
So I think they...
But they filmed it on Thursday and they were going to upload it on the Saturday.
a lot of work, but they would have had people working
I reckon,
around.
He did say that like many more camera angles than ever before, and a lot more editing.
Which
I would have loved it if they did it early, like on the Tuesday or early in the week, so they have that time to edit, like get it all across it. I don't know.
I guess,
but you make a good point. Going up against the Final Four.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah, they wanted to get as many eyeballs on it as possible, and not have anything sort of take away from it. But like I said, if you go in an hour and 40 minutes, you may as well go 2.5 hours. And like, how many good videos are we saying that it's over 2 hours plus for one of those majors or what?
And that's, I mean, for me, that's never been a problem. That's just something. I'll watch some now, watch some later.
Exactly.
Which
is what I did with this.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't watch the whole thing
start
to finish.
Like I said, I couldn't, didn't feel the greatest, but it was very, very cool. I love the idea. It was exciting. We won't. Do we give away who won?
It's out there.
I think by the time this comes out, you would have.
All right. So,
Sergio Garcia and George Bryan.
Whitey's tip.
You tipped
that. Goes on your column for the tips leaderboard, by the way.
Nice.
Does it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, man.
That's rough.
No, it's
I
not.
think so.
Otherwise, I would have made a better tip. So I mean, you could tell even with them, it meant something. It was fun. The conversation that you said, Chris, like with Wes and Dustin in the cart, he's thanking him, saying, thank you for getting up your time a week before the Masters, a day before the event.
And I think that coming from Wes, who is a professional golfer, he understands.
He gets it.
Yeah, like these guys might not want to be doing this sort of stuff before.
It was good to see Dustin say,
oh, this is fun. This is better than hitting balls on the range.
Yeah, and it's still a form of practice for the round and for the tournament coming up. So, hey, I think it's a massive success. And I think with the teams that we had, I would almost love to see these guys play with some of the other team captains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mix it up. And, you do get... I mean, again, we'll go into a little bit of this. I want to touch on something that you shared with me as well that's sort of out there. But, you'd love to see one of these guys go with Bryson. And then then if you got Marty Keimer from the Cleats, Kevin...
Poulter.
Well, obviously John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, Poulter, or Westwood, or Stenson, whichever one of those captains you want to look at. But like I said, I think there's room for this to continue and to grow and have some sort of success either each season, once a year or twice a year. Well, I think there's probably 2 a year, which would make sense.
I was going to ask this. We talked about a little bit about this before. Do you think this is a once a year thing? Is it a Miami thing, or is there? Could we see this in Adelaide?
I think logistically, again, for all the people involved, predominantly in the States.
The
So it's a
state,
US thing?
I'd say so. The States have the biggest content creators for golf YouTube. So yeah, it makes sense to make it in the States.
I think, yeah, probably the whole feel of it, everything, Miami, I would say it's probably only going to be one a year, and it's purely to try and just gain as much interest
Eyeballs. Yep.
and eyeballs, on Live halfway through the year.
Yeah.
Clearly, Live have thrown a bunch of cash at this, I can imagine.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
The prize money.
I know, but just even little things like you look at it and you go, okay, they had decals on all those really impressive carts.
Those carts are sick.
Again, like you said, the prize money, I'd imagine there would have been a nice little bit of change for Santino, and I can imagine.
Yeah.
So, I love it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think it's awesome, and they should do that because that's where a lot of young golfers.
That's where the
their
eyeballs are on golf.
And you really think about it, like all this production, all this money being thrown around and stuff. Imagine being Grant right now, like little old Grant, who started just doing little golf YouTube videos. He's like, holy shit, this is on my channel.
Rick, what you talked about starting 13 years ago, and then
I just love how all these guys work together and pick each other up.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Well, there's a good.
There's no hate, there's no copying. It's all love, and they just pick each other up.
Oh yeah, they have a really good core group of guys,
Yeah.
and especially with the Brian Bros, Grant, Buster Jack,
yeah.
Rick. There's Michael Morris. They do heaps of videos together, and they just kind of go on all their channels, kind of thing, which is awesome.
Yeah, so I think there's room to have another one for sure. I love the way that they've done it.
I don't think there won't be another one this year, but
I wouldn't think so.
nah.
But then again, you never know. With the success of it, they might go, look, the last 3 events on the Live schedule are all in the US.
yeah.
So do you potentially pick one of those and do another one? Like I said, I would love to see some of the other team captains. And I think, to be fair, I think they kind of need that
Yeah.
as well. Like, I would love to see, let's be honest, unfortunately, teams like Stinger with like Louis and Marty Keimer, the Cleeks and all that sort of stuff, Iron
Kevin
Heads,
Na, yeah.
they don't get a heap of
They don't get a lot of
recognition.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I guess some of these guys would,
Yeah.
or have had the they might not want the opportunity as well. I don't know, but it would be cool to see them because
Yeah.
guys like Louis and stuff like on Rick's channel when they had the 2v2, like with Dean Burmester and Charles Schwartz and all that, they were awesome.
Yeah.
Those Stinger guys have great personalities.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
wicked.
yeah.
They're
Yeah,
wicked.
yeah.
And like Kevin Na's like
Hilarious.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Danny Lee, like these guys, they're awesome. So
Yeah.
it would be good to see a lot of other of the golfers and these team captains. I mean, Poulter would be awesome in this.
Oh yeah, he'd be. Yeah.
He would
he'd be a goat.
He'd be awesome. So I think there's plenty of room for it to grow.
Yeah.
What they do with it, I don't know. I guess we have to wait and see. They
Yeah.
might, you never know. They might say, hey, the next one's on a different person's platform or
And
whatever.
the fact that it was still had that YouTube vibe to it, but they're professional golfers. The amount of like lip outs and almost a hole in one by Neiman.
Yeah.
Like there was so many great moments and like edge of the seat kind of thing. It was awesome.
Part of me would like, I don't know, this is thinking again out of the box. Part of me would like to see some of the broadcast crew jump in on this too.
Oh yeah.
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 Like get Sue-Ann, Rachel.
Yeah.
David Faraday.
Yeah. Jerry.
It'd be cool to, I don't know. Yeah, you probably said what I was going to say. I was going to say, like, have, like, Pat and, like, Andrew Santino or something. And, like, you have one of each.
Yeah.
One, yeah. Santino's press conference.
Yeah. He's the man. He's a funny dude.
But that's what, I love that stuff. That's what gets, I mean, in those
Hello,
videos, they went,
Mr. Fat.
could you just hold your microphone up to the stool for a second? How you doing, stool? No, it's good. That's what golf needs.
Yeah, bit of fun.
It needs
Bit of laughter.
that fun and laughter
Yeah.
and, yeah.
And then 47 rocked up halfway during the video. Mm-hmm. Looked like he was going to...
I thought something was going to happen.
Something was gonna happen?
Yeah, with the music they'd played and stuff, the helicopter comes through. I'm like, oh, wow.
I think your question's really stupid. I really do.
Hey, you've been watching Trump highlights, haven't you?
So, what do you reckon? Just a quick one. Success.
Oh, huge success. I thought it was awesome.
Massive success and still plenty of room to build on it.
Yep.
Nice. Let's go straight into Miami.
Wowee.
These hats are no mistake.
Yeah.
They're no joke
Up the Rippers.
in all forms.
Yes.
Team
Another
won
win.
the team championship
Love that.
for Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And Marc, freak on a Leishman.
How bloody good is that?
Yeah, yeah.
How good is it? Like leash.
Yeah.
Oh, you beauty.
Love that.
So first we had Minwoo Lee,
Yeah.
obviously winning in Houston, like massive for Australian golf. Now leash. And the thing is, like, I
We're
guess
getting amongst it.
it's because I guess everyone just sort of expects Cam to be.
Yeah.
Like, if someone's going to win from it, like,
And probably this season, Herbie.
yeah, but like again, I was going to say everyone kind of puts so much on Cam
Yeah.
to be the winner. Or
Yeah.
It's so good to see one of the other guys get it done.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Definitely.
Leash, to be fair, has played some really solid golf. When you really
Yeah.
break it down over all the events that we've watched, he has played some really solid. Of course, they've had ups and downs, but when he's been up there, he's been
Yeah,
close.
a real contender.
At one point, he's been, either tied first
Yep.
or he's been outright leader or he's been, second or whatever it might be. But yeah, to actually get the win, huge. And he played so well.
Yeah, just consistent, cool-headed. I can't remember who was saying it. Don't think it was someone in the Ripper camp was saying that Leishman has just the coolest head.
Yeah.
He just, like, if he's playing well, if he's, like, having a terrible round, he has the same demeanour the whole time.
Leash, he just
Yeah.
looked like, just to that point.
Yeah.
He just looks like the typical scratch golf member at your golf club.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the really, like, just the
What is he?
laid back swing.
He's at Warrnambool, isn't he? I think he's member.
Oh,
he
yeah.
played Warrnambool when they were here for Live
but
Adelaide, I think.
like,
Or
the
over the
swing,
summer.
it just looks like your typical, like, oh yeah, he's like the best golfer at the club.
Yeah, yeah.
But he kind of just looks like the guy that rocks up on a Saturday and just knocks around and just gets it done, like every
Yeah,
week.
because he's just casual about it, but he's just an elite golfer at the same time.
I love it.
Leash is a guy throughout his time on Live that's been close a few times.
That's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
And I wonder whether this is going to be similar to Sergio, that now that he's got that win, is this going to open the floodgates for him?
Don't know.
Potentially. Like, yeah, he's been close before. I think he might have come second before.
I think what this does do is kind of take the pressure off guys like Herbert
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
to get that. We're saying he's going to be close soon.
Yeah.
I feel like, Herbert is close.
Yeah.
Wait for Jonesy to win one.
But seeing like because I guess, I don't know why. Maybe, obviously he's an Open champion. I know why, but everyone expects Cam to win, right? These guys are just as good. Like, everyone's good. They're on the team for a reason. But I guess if you're a guy like Herb and you're seeing Leash win, you go, all right, okay, now it's my turn. I can get this done.
Yeah, definitely.
And not to say that Leash can't get it done. He's a great golfer. I'm just, when you're seeing someone who, other than your captain, who's obviously this massive superstar in the world of Australian golf, when you're seeing, Leash get it done, you're going, all right, cool, now I can get it done.
Yeah.
That's how I'd look at
and
it.
also get it done on the hardest course in America. Is that right? Is that?
Yeah.
That's one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Was that 8,000 yards or something?
Yeah.
I want to throw something random at you. We've had like 3 full seasons plus the first season of Live.
Yeah.
When you think about the best teams so far throughout Live's history, is this current Ripper 4, is this one of the GOAT teams of Live's history? Think about Aces of 23.
Yeah.
Was probably
Crushes of
Legion of 24.
Yeah, so Crushers at 23 actually got it done.
Yeah.
Aces won the first year, but Aces were good in the second
yeah.
year. Remember, they finished fourth
But is
when
this
they should have beaten. The year that the Crushers won, the Aces were top all year and they finished fourth.
But do you think this Ripper
Did
team,
they finish fourth?
Aces,
That year they finished fourth.
after the
didn't they?
playoff? Yeah. Do you think this Ripper team is probably the GOAT team of...
Well, hey, Ripper are the defending team champions, so...
Fireballs at the moment, though.
That's the two.
2025.
Yeah, I feel like probably the 3 teams for me. So I think Crushers are still good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably say Fireballs and Ripper this year.
Yeah. They just mesh well together.
Yeah.
And Cam talks about it a lot, how they are probably the close-knit team in the competition.
It must make a difference. It has to make a difference.
You care about playing well for the person next to you, you know?
They're just all solid golfers.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably too early. I guess that's one of the things with Live is it's still a new product, so hard to say. I guess once you obviously you're going to create history with time, so I guess it's hard to say. But I mean, if you're stacking it up against the teams we've seen for the 3 years or whatever, then it's like, well, yeah, okay, they're up there. They're one of the most consistent. I'd put Torquay up there.
Torquay from 23.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
They always, seem to be up there, and they were getting it done. So there's plenty of teams that have had their stretch. Stinger were really good early. In that 23 were really good as well.
These are going to be the teams that one day when there's a Live game and you can play throwback teams.
Oh yeah,
it'll be like Torquay 23.
Yeah, we're talking about errors at the moment, they're just years. And
how good would that be? Live golf.
I was thinking about that.
I want to put the call out right now.
Live
if
golf
that can be done.
EA games.
I'm telling you now, I would buy, and if there was VC, I'd drop some hot money down on some VC for that.
Live 2K25.
Let's keep going. So obviously, as we said, Leish getting it done, Ripper getting it done.
Hardest course. Each day we had a different leader.
Yeah.
So the first day we had Pat Reed. The second day, Bryson, where I'm like, okay, Bryson's taken over. It's going to be Bryson's weekend, and then Leishman on the last. And, I mean, the scores, like I think there was maybe 8 people maybe that scored under par for the whole weekend. Like, it's...
The team scores have got me. I was like, wow.
What was...
Majestics?
Majestic, was it 22 over?
No, I think it was more than that, I reckon.
I can't remember, but...
It was 50 over.
Yeah.
My bad. A bit more than that. I mean... And
my tip, Range Goats, 47 over. You're welcome.
Well done.
But that just goes to show how hard that course is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was a real tester. And there was a couple of big names down the bottom. So, yeah, it was a hard course.
Do you want to give us the 1, 2, 3, Chris?
1, 2, 3 in the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Marc Leishman obviously got his maiden Live win. Charles Schwartzel had a good last day.
Great last day.
And Sergio Garcia continues his hot form.
Sergio.
In a very important week.
Yes.
Let's talk about one of the positives was Anthony Kim.
Yeah.
T29.
Got into the top 30.
Great last round.
5 under.
I would have loved for him to get some points.
I did make the prediction a couple of weeks ago that Anthony Kim will finish in the points this year.
That's it, and he's trending. He's getting there.
He's getting there. I mean, that's a really difficult course.
Yeah.
We said it beforehand. What would you shoot on that course?
Yeah, 170.
Yeah.
You know.
John Rahm kept his top 10 streak alive.
Ooh,
just.
Man, he was right there.
He got an 8 on a par 4. Like, that was so unlucky.
That 18th hole claimed some victims as well.
It was nasty.
It's
a nasty piece of work.
That is so much water.
That was the hole.
Too much water.
That was the hole that got pretty much claimed Burmese at the end.
Yeah, he was up there as well.
Yeah. Sorry, that obviously Blue Monster. Sorry, it reminded me. I was listening to Rick Shields' podcast, and he was telling a story about how he took a shit in the toilet before a round of golf, and he called it the Brown Monster. It just got me.
Nice.
Yes. Sorry, sidetrack.
Yeah.
Team winners, obviously. Ripper getting it done again.
What'd they end up with? It was over par.
It was +4.
+4, there we go.
So the 1, 2, 3 for the team.
Crushers was second with +12 and 4 aces +17.
So 4 aces. Back.
Not bad.
It was interesting to see that leaderboard over the weekend when you looked at all the Masters winners.
Yeah.
That were in the top 10.
Yeah.
It's like
leading into it.
And I've heard a lot over the weekend that a lot of them were saying this is a great tune-up for Augusta.
Yeah, well,
definitely.
Cam said it, didn't he? He said, potentially one of the hardest courses.
And that's also something that whoever it was from the Ripper camp said, that they actually did like a camp at this course in the off-season to kind of get ready for this event. So there's probably a reason why they played so well here.
No, it's always a good event there in Miami. I felt like the crowd numbers looked a bit bigger, which is also a bonus.
Might have to do with the duel, but yeah.
hey, whatever gets those eyeballs on
But
it.
geez, there was some long drives too. Like
Oh
we
my
talked
God.
about it in
Matthew
the preview.
400.
Matthew Wolf, 400 and what was it,
Bryson.
405 or something. It was massive.
Burmy was the top drive on the first day. I think he was just shy of 400 as well.
Bryson got 400.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Matthew Wolf was 405 or 403. 403.
Which were the guys
405.
we spoke about, Wolf, Bryson, like the week before, that this
Yeah.
is a big boys course.
Yeah, yeah. If you can hit the ball far.
And Bryson, hey, he was in contention.
Yeah, he was
He
playing
was
well.
there. One thing I want to talk about. So, obviously, that's really Live Miami, isn't it?
Yeah.
We don't going to go too much into it, but yeah, it was a really good event. Obviously, really good for the Aussies. Hence the hats.
Up the ripper.
One thing I want to talk about. Did you see the Four Aces head covers?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
hell yeah. With the martini glass or whatever?
Yeah, you saw that, and then you
Yeah.
saw the other one with the blue and blue stripes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, did you see him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him because
Okay.
you know me.
Yeah, I know.
Are you trying to nudge
No.
someone at Four Aces to?
No. I already asked how
Oh,
do
no, I
I
saw
how do
that.
I get them? Right. I went on a deep dive.
Yeah.
Extracurricular have them on their website. Have a guess about how much you think that'd be.
Don't care.
Oh, no.
How much?
I don't know.
Don't
Just
care.
give me a stab.
I don't want to be offensive.
Are we talking north of 200?
Yeah. Just give me a stab in the dark. Just
I'm
give
going
me
to say
just quick fire number. Go.
quick fire number 450.
Quick fire.
250.
$519.
Hey,
Now I think that's American too.
hey,
With all these tariffs, we're fucked.
I'm just going to send a little cheeky shout to our friends at the Four Aces.
Yeah.
Please hook us up because I can't drop 500 bones.
There are a couple of names, they'll know who they are. I'm
Yeah.
just going to send them a little nudge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look real crisp. They were giving them out to like the content creators.
Yeah, I know,
was
they'd
I'm
pick
a
it between the two.
I mean, obviously they're going to get that stuff, but like, they look real nice.
They
but yeah,
look
that
nice,
was.
but-
I knew I could almost get you to.
But
say
hey,
something.
$500.
So
it's
that'll-
not out of the realm of possibility.
It's not out of the
It's-
realm.
It's ridiculous. That
Yeah,
is.
but you know it's not out of the.
In this room, it's not out of the realm of
See,
possibility.
you guys are the flashy. Me, I'm a cheap.
good-
I'm
you're
a
good with
cheap
a-
son. I'm a cheap son of a bitch.
You're
Costuless.
good with an old dirty wank sock on the end of, on the end of your glass.
I'll just write A on it.
The old wonk sock.
Give me a nice wonk. Heavy on the wonk.
You could actually buy a Stealth 2 driver for cheaper than that at the moment.
Fuck me.
So,
But real nice.
hey, if you're feeling,
Feeling froggy jump.
yeah. So that's Live Miami.
Yeah.
Wrapped up.
Finish with
Well, I've
that.
thrown him.
Yeah, yeah.
Where do we go to?
Well,
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
we've got some business to take care of.
Oh, that
So fantasy.
business.
So, do
We're currently.
you want to explain fantasy to the people while I get it up? And I'm talking about the scores.
I'm going to need.
I can help you with that, man.
We have the Live Fantasy League. that-
I had that AI kiss generator thing,
No.
and I had Chris.
yeah, and
you two.
he's got the social media
having a
login
kiss.
too.
Yeah.
Talking about getting it up.
I
So
got the material.
do you want me to explain it? Or?
yeah,
ahead.
go for it.
We've got the TWH Fantasy League, obviously.
Do we?
We have Whitey's Junkyard Pigs, who are the current weekly champions, hence the purple or pink
Let's
on the
fucking
screen.
go.
Steve's Green Machine GC and Bounce GC. We've got our team of 4 that play off every week. Current leaders, Steve, for the season.
All right. Here we go. Fantasy.
Here we go. Strap
It
in.
intensifies. All right. So, before Miami. Is that right? That's how we do it, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
the
only been
lead,
93 episodes.
the overall leader before Miami, so this is after Singapore, Junkyard Pigs in first place,
Up the piggets.
226 points. Green Machine GC in second place with 220 points. And in third place, Bounce GC with 174 points. Rightio.
Oof, I've lost my lead.
So the way
It's all over.
the way that we do this these days with the screen,
We unveil
we-
the weekly champ.
do the champion.
Here we
Let's get
go.
the colour ready. So the winner of Miami
For the first time.
2025 is
Oh,
Green Machine GC.
That was me.
I thought it was Bounce as well, especially with Burmy up there.
Burmy had that shocker of a 18th. And
I got some. Stay tuned.
I thought it was me.
Yeah, I
Stay
thought it was for you,
tuned.
sure.
So, Green Machine in first place. In second place, Junkyard Pigs.
What?
No, it's not.
Junkyard Pigs in second place. And in third place, Bounce GC. I'll take you through the points. So, Bounce GC, Dean Burmester with 10 points with the multiplier.
Yeah.
Brooks Koepka with 2 points. And Cam Smith with 11 points.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
DJ with 0 gave you 23 points. Remember that number. Junkyard Pigs, Neiman, Hatton, Oosthuizen, Donut King,
Donut
0
Kings.
points. But Neiman, no, not Neiman.
No.
But Garcia for the third place got you 24
Oh,
points.
you're kidding me.
Pipped him by one.
Sergio.
And Green Machine in first place with 43 points.
Oh, wow.
So,
Way off.
John Rahm, 22 points. Bryson DeChambeau up there in fifth, 16 points. Answer, Donut King, 0. And David Pouge, 5 points.
Not bad.
43 points.
Yeah, I think it was the Burmester effect. I thought he was further up. So I'm like, and I remembered he was your captain. So I'm like, oh yeah, Chris is one of them. There we go.
It was very topsy-turvy. And there's some stories here because
It's just not my year.
you had Leishman and you dropped him out of the line.
So that's 2 weeks in a row, right? I had Louis.
who finished third,
Yeah.
I think, in Singapore.
And I had him on the bench. So I brought him back and dropped Leishman, and then Leishman wins. Fun fact. Every winner has still been on the Junkyard Pigs this year.
Nice try. Nice try. So, overall, after Miami, Bounce GC in third place with 197 points. Between Green Machine and Junkyard Pigs before the event was 6 points. Junkyard Pigs had the lead.
So that was about 30.
Notice I said had the lead. In second place overall, Junkyard Pigs GC with 250 points. And with order restored,
Order restored. Yeah. I'm back to glass.
Green Machine GC with 263 points.
I was way off. Okay.
So it's still tight.
Yeah.
Still tight. You've been unlucky though. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
He picked Burmester and you
We
picked
Ridiculed
Brooks.
me for that.
You changed
we gave you a
to
lot
Brooks,
of shit.
and then Brooks came second, and then you changed straight after to Burmy, and Burmy was
he looked like he was going to be up there.
He was T1,
Yeah, it was
wasn't he?
C1.
Yeah.
So, hey, but at
Bit
one
stiff.
stage, he could have been anyone. So, because you could have kept it Leishman, it could have been Garcia who was coming. Rahm was T1. Bryson was obviously 2 shots clear on the Saturday.
Yeah. All it needed was someone to have a really good round, and that'd be in the mix. But yeah, it was a hard course, and yeah, a couple of guys on my team really had a bad weekend. Hatton still hasn't got out of second gear.
Yeah, that's a few events now. I think he's 33rd. I think he finished.
Third, I think. Yeah, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Don't hold me to it, but that's off the top of the dome.
Off the domes.
Mexico next.
Here we go.
Any early discussions you want to have?
It's way too far.
I know it's a couple of weeks out and we got big fish to fry this weekend.
Yeah.
But any early?
Let's. I can only think about one thing at a time. We got the Masters this week.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I got nothing for Mexico.
So that'll tie up this half of the episode.
Sure.
The second part that's coming up, stay on this episode though. It's still within this episode.
It's in this episode.
We're going to have a guest coming in. So when you tune in, it's going to be Dave from 4 to 4 Golf, a good friend of ours that we met at the Jack.
Yep.
We're going to do a bit of a Masters recap. So, Masters preview.
Preview.
But yeah, that's coming up now. So stick around and we'll go to that now.